Right. So you pretty much can't open social media or even like walk down the street without seeing her face.
Seriously, Sydney Sweeney, she's just unavoidable.
Yeah, from massive billboards to, I don't know, Baskin Robbins ads, she's everywhere.
That's a good one.
But this one recent American Eagle campaign, the one featuring her and doing that whole play on words with jeans and jeans,
Yeah, I know the one.
it just ignited this huge controversy. And it seems to go way deeper than just, fashion or an ad slogan.
It really did. And, well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. We're going to try and dissect that campaign, look at the really divided reactions both from the public and experts,
Right.
and figure out what this whole thing tells us about, like, celebrity branding now,
Right.
crisis management, and maybe even the sort of economics of being an it girl today.
Yeah, so our mission for you listening in is really to cut through all that noise. We want to help you understand the different viewpoints, see what just one ad campaign can kind of show us about branding today in this super connected world.
Hmm.
And also maybe grasp the pressures that celebrities like her are under. We've looked at articles, expert opinions, social media commentary, all of it to pull out the key insights.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, let's break down the actual ad campaign because, everything kind of spins out from there.
Totally.
So American Eagle put out this promo video, right? Sydney Sweeney, she's 27, she's lying on the floor, zipping up her jeans, and she says this line.
Right, the line about.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. Kind of science-y.
A little bit, yeah.
Then the camera zooms in on her face, and she just says, "My genes are blue." And then this narrator comes in with a tagline, "Sydney Sweeney has great genes."
And it wasn't just the video. That whole concept was everywhere. Like, on her own Instagram, Sweeney posted something like, "I have great genes." So you can too, right?
Yeah, with that little clip of her closing a car trunk and then kind of casually.
Wiping her hands on her butt, yeah. I saw that.
And then the huge Times Square billboard, which was pretty striking, it said, "Sydney Sweeney has great genes."
But the jeans part was crossed out.
Exactly, crossed out and genes written over it. Very bold visual.
They also threw in some tech stuff, didn't they? Like a Snapchat lens where she talked to you and some AI try-on thing.
Yeah, they did. And, before it even launched, American Eagle's chief marketing officer, Craig Brommers, was apparently super enthusiastic, called Sweeney the It Girl, said the campaign could be potentially one of the biggest gets in American Eagle history, really aiming it at Gen Z and millennials.
Wow, so high expectations then.
Yeah.
He was clearly thinking this was going to be a massive win.
Totally, which probably made the immediate reaction feel even more intense.
Yeah, because that jeans pun,
Hmm.
it didn't land well with everyone. Almost straight away, people started questioning it.
How so?
Well, some critics jumped on it,
Ah.
seeing it as possibly promoting eugenics. You know, that whole awful idea about selective breeding, or at least maybe glorifying whiteness in a coded way.
Oof.
And then there were also people just calling it out for being, well, sexually suggestive or catering too much to the quote-unquote male gaze.
Right. So the online reaction just blew up.
Completely polarized. Just look at the comments under American Eagle's own Instagram post, trying to manage it. You had
Yeah.
people saying things like, "I can't believe this is all real," or accusing them. Like, it's really clear who you're all aligning yourselves with.
But then the other side.
Oh, yeah. Total defense mode. Comments like, "Liberal meltdown incoming." Or even praising it, like, "Your intern really cooked with this one." Just all over the place.
And it didn't stop there, right? It actually pulled in political figures.
It did, bizarrely enough. You had Senator Ted Cruz jumping in, saying something about left-leaning folks being against beautiful women.
Wow.
And others were declaring things like, "Woke advertising is dead. Sydney Sweeney killed it." But then on the extreme other end, you had people actually comparing the ad to Nazi propaganda. Yeah. While defenders were firing back, it's literally an advertisement for jeans, not for Nazism. It got really heated. Eventually, American Eagle just put out this statement basically saying the campaign is and always was about the jeans, kind of trying to shut it down.
So, okay, that's the public firestorm. But what about the pros? The branding folks? Because you mentioned we found some really, really different takes on how AE handled this.
Oh, completely different. Like, take David Loringer. He's a professor at Sacred Heart University. He basically gave it a failing grade.
How so?
He called their whole approach counter to everything that is a branding standard and what business schools teach about crisis management. pretty blunt.
Yeah, that's harsh. What was his reasoning?
He felt there was clearly no, beta testing done on the ad's message. And he found the decision to double down on it, even with such a, quote, vehement reaction, was just unheard of.
Huh.
He saw it as showing complete indifference to consumers. He even compared it to some infamous campaigns in the past, like with Dove Charney at American Apparel or Mike Jeffries at Abercrombie.
Right, those were definitely controversial figures.
Exactly. His final thought was basically, the market determines what's acceptable and not acceptable, not the brand. He thought the ad could end up being a classic business school case study of what not to do.
He even said they should fire the copywriter.
Yes. He literally said they should fire their copywriter. Strong words.
Okay, that is a very strong critique. But hold on. If it was so bad, so indifferent and unheard of, why did American Eagle's market value reportedly go up after this?
Ah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe Loringer's more traditional view doesn't quite capture how things work now.
Because then you have Jennifer Say, who used to be the brand president at Levi's, taking the absolute opposite view. She basically cheered them on.
Totally.
Yeah.
Say was completely clear. She said there was no reason for American Eagle outfitters to apologize or backtrack. Her take was essentially, who cares if some women on TikTok who probably never bought the brand anyway don't like it?
Wow. So just dismiss the critics?
Pretty much. She called the ad an obvious play on words, nothing more. And she actually praised Sweeney for her self-awareness and humor, saying it made the campaign unique and fun.
Okay.
Her advice to American Eagle was basically, ignore the haters, stand strong, don't cower to the bullies. And she made this really bold claim. The cancelers can't cancel anymore. They've lost their power.
Huh. So Say's perspective isn't just about this specific ad. It's like a broader statement about cancel culture maybe losing its teeth or brands deciding not to engage with it anymore.
Seems like it, like maybe the online noise doesn't always translate to real market damage or brands are learning to weather it differently.
Interesting. But, okay, so you have Loringer saying big mistake, Say saying stand strong.
Yeah.
Is there anyone offering a middle ground, a more nuanced view?
Yeah, there is. Scott Woodward, he's the founder of So Branded. He kind of lands somewhere in between.
What's his take?
Woodward gets the clever wordplay. He acknowledges that. But he also felt it just feels off, considering the current cultural zeitgeist.
Meaning, like, the timing or the social mood wasn't right for that kind of pun.
Exactly. He pointed out that it clearly struck a nerve with loyal Gen Z consumers and advertising media types, so it wasn't just random online anger. He worried that American Eagle digging in and not sort of acknowledging how it made some consumers feel could actually exacerbate the situation.
So potentially damage relationships with their core audience.
Potentially, yeah. And Woodward also mentioned that American Eagle usually has this really strong track record of promoting confidence in and celebrating everyone. So this campaign felt different for them. He even said he used to use AE as a case study at Parsons for how to know your consumer. He was kind of rooting for them, but felt this missed the mark.
Okay, so these completely different expert views really show the tightrope brands are walking, don't they?
Absolutely.
How do you stay true to what you want to do, your brand vision, but also respond when consumers are clearly reacting strongly, especially now when everything spreads so fast?
It's a huge challenge. Like, how does a company even decide? Do we apologize? Do we double down? Do we just stay quiet? It's a fascinating problem for any brand today.
It really is. And, you know, while we're talking about the brand side, this whole thing also shines a huge light on the other side of the equation, the business of actually being Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, definitely. Because, like we said, she seems to be endorsing everything, right?
It feels like it. High fashion like Miu Miu, then Armani Beauty, Laneige for skincare, Kerastase for hair,
Buy water, Hey Dude shoes.
Baskin Robbins, Samsung, random face creams.
And didn't someone report she sells her bath water? Is that real?
Apparently, yeah. It's quite the portfolio.
It really is diversifying. It's just an incredible number of deals for someone who's, primarily known as an actress.
Right. And Priya Rao, who's the executive editor at the Business of Beauty, part of the Business of Fashion, she offered some insight into why Sweeney can pull this off. She talked about Sweeney having this malleable quality.
Malleable? How so? Like, she can be aspirational for a luxury brand like Armani, but then she can be friendly and a girl next door for Laneige.
Oh.
And for American Eagle, she managed to be both sexy and relatable. She kind of molds herself to fit whatever the brand needs.
That makes sense. But still, why so many deals? I mean, she's got Emmy nominations, big movie roles. You'd think acting would be enough.
You would think.
Yeah.
But Sweeney herself gave a really, really stark answer back in 2022. She was interviewed by The Hollywood Reporter and basically said, point blank, if I just acted, I wouldn't be able to afford my life in L.A.
Whoa, seriously? For someone at her level?
Apparently so. It kind of peels back the curtain on the financial reality for actors today, even successful ones.
Yeah.
She talked about how actors just aren't paid like they used to be, and the huge thing is no residuals from streaming platforms.
Oh, right. That was a massive issue in the SAG-AFTRA strike last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she mentioned her personal overhead, paying for lawyers, agents, a business manager, a publicist, costs her more than my mortgage.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and just for perspective, the Bureau of Labor Statistics said the median actor wage in 2023 was like $20.50 an hour. Now, obviously, Sweeney makes way more than that per job.
Right, of course.
But her expenses are astronomical. So even A-listers, it seems, are pushed into this constant hustle for brand deals to cover the costs and actually build wealth.
So that brings up the big question then. Is this level of visibility, all these deals, is it strategic overexposure or is it just smart business for her capitalizing while she's hot?
That's the debate, isn't it? Priya Rao mentioned how traditionally doing too much, being everywhere all at once, might have been seen as kind of tacky.
Right, like diluting your own brand.
Exactly. But Rao argues that in today's attention economy, younger stars are just being smart, capitalizing on their 15 minutes of fame, or maybe their few years of fame, before the cultural spotlight inevitably shifts.
And it seems to be working out for the brands, too.
It looks like it. Someone from Dr. Squatch, a brand she worked with before, mentioned that she vets them a lot and was really involved in the creative side. So it sounds like she's being strategic about it.
Yep.
And financially. Well, we mentioned American Eagle's market value reportedly jumped $400 million after the ad launch. That's significant.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the CEO of Crocs, which owns Hey Dude Shoes, also said their stuff with Sweeney was performing really well. So the deals seem to be paying off for the companies.
Huh. So maybe even the controversy helped American Eagle in a weird way.
That's what Priya Rao suggested, too, that maybe it helped get them into that cultural conversation, especially since the brand had apparently been struggled to generate demand before that.
Wow, so that really speaks to this attention economy idea. Maybe even negative buzz can be good business now.
It's a wild thought, isn't it? That the old rules about overexposure might not apply in the same way. But Rao did still pose the question, at what point are you the face of too many things?
Right, there has to be a limit eventually.
Yeah, she said, I don't think we've reached that point with her, clearly. But, I mean, there will eventually be a point of overexposure. Although she did note Sweeney seems to make smart choices, like Laneige being a huge seller and Dr. Squatch getting acquired by Unilever.
But there's still a risk to her, right? To her own brand as an actress.
Absolutely. Remember David Loringer, the professor? He speculated that the sponsor brand may drag down the celebrity. He brought up the Travis Scott situation with Dior after the Astroworld tragedy as a kind of parallel.
Okay, yeah.
And this AE thing isn't the first time Sweeney's faced controversy either. People might remember the fuss over those Make 60 Great Again hats at her mom's birthday party.
Oh, right, I remember that.
And then there were those rumors about her and Glenn Powell, which they both denied. Plus, recent personal stuff like her engagement ending, being seen with someone new. It all adds up.
It just shows how much scrutiny these celebrities are under from every single angle. It's intense.
Totally. So, yeah, you look at it all together. And what started as, maybe a slightly edgy jeans ad, it just completely spirals into this really complex mix of, like, provocative marketing, super divided public opinion, experts totally disagreeing, and all these underlying economic pressures shaping modern fame. It's a lot.
It absolutely is. And maybe, as we finish up here, here's something to chew on. In this world where celebrities are under this microscope but also need these brand deals to, like, survive financially, what's the responsibility of the brand? Do they have a duty to protect their celebrity partners from the backlash they might create?
Good question.
And flip side, what responsibility do the celebrities have to really vet the message of the campaigns they sign on to?
Right. Where does that line fall?
And maybe for us, just watching all this unfold, how do we get better at telling the difference between a genuine brand screw-up and maybe, just maybe, some outrage that's kind of manufactured just to get clicks and buzz?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about.